The data types in Python are numbers, numeric data type, Boolean, sequencing data type. There is a special data type called none and mapping data types. Number data types consist of integers, floating point numbers and complex numbers. Integers are numbers, whole numbers without decimal points. For example, 100, 2045. These are decimal number systems. You can also include octal and hexadecimal numbers which will start with 0. Remember, when you assign an integer to a variable, you can never say 0, 2. You simply assign x equal to 2. When you say x equal to 0, 2, it will cause an error because 0 should start with 0 should be given only for octal numbers and hexadecimal numbers for integers. 0 provided should be followed by O or X. 0023 is an octal number, 0x45 is an hexadecimal number. Then floating point numbers are numbers with decimal points. Here you can give 0.0, 25.002, 3.4 e minus 2. This is another way of expressing floating point numbers. This means 3.4 into 10 power minus 2. That can be represented this way. Suppose you give 3.4 e2, it stands for 3.4 into 10 power 2. Complex numbers is not in our syllabus. Anyway, you have to understand what a complex number is. 3 plus 4j. It consists of a whole number part and a imaginary part. Real part, imaginary part. Imaginary part is represented with j. Then Boolean values are true and false. Remember, true and false. T should be in capital letters, F should be in capital letters, remaining are small letters because Python is case sensitive. Provided you give true everything in uppercase, it is not considered as a Boolean value. Okay, so Boolean is a data type. It is a sub data type of integer. Why? Because true has a value called 1, false has a value called 0. So it is considered as a subtype of integer. So when you try to convert false to integer, you will get 0. Int of true will return 1. Sequence data types are strings, list and tuples. Strings are data types that are enclosed within quotes, single quote or double quote or triple quote. List is a data sequence of elements with square brackets separated by commas. And inside the list, the values can be integer or float or complex number or string or list or tuple, whatever, any valid data type of Python. Tuple is a sequence which is enclosed with the normal brackets, curved brackets. So inside that you give the values separated by commas. What is the use of none? None is a special data type. It is used to create an empty variable. Suppose you want to create a variable x, but you don't want to assign any value to the variable now. Then you simply assign x equal to none. Remember, none is a keyword. The n should be in capitals. In none, letter none, you have to give the alphabet n in capital letters. Then dictionary is a special mapping data type. Why do you say mapping? A value is mapped to a key. So within brackets, you have to give key value pairs. Key colon value, comma key colon value. Inside this angular brackets. That data type is called as dictionary. Now among these data types, some data types are called as mutable and some are called immutable. Let us see that. Mutable data types are the values that can be changed in place. So among all the data types that we saw just now, among all this, lists and dictionaries are mutable data types. What do you mean by mutable data type? In a list, you know, list is a sequence of values. Among these values, any one value can be changed. Any one value can be removed and replaced with a new value. So in place you can change the value. Whereas in immutable data types are numbers, strings, tuples, numbers like int, float, complex, all are immutable data types. So in an immutable data type, for example, tuple is an immutable data type. So consider t equal to 10, 20, 30. Among this, if you try to replace any one particular value, it will cause an error. Why? Because tuple is immutable. You cannot change any one value in place. You can replace the entire thing. but you cannot change a single value in place. So immutability is a property where you cannot change the values in place. Mutability means you can change the value in place.